Hello lovelies, welcome to the channel. So I'm a little late with this video. I think I'm about 2 days late actually. So when I upload my videos, I tend to have a process. I like to vary the content of what I put up. So between project life, art journaling, mixed media, well, what's the other one? And scrapbooking, and then any other random videos as well. I try and do one of each throughout the week. So I try not to do more than one. So I did a mixed media video earlier in the week, and so I think I was due to do a scrapbooking one. Only problem is I haven't done any scrapbooking this week. I've done lots of art journaling. I've done lots of playing with my gel plate, but nowhere near as much scrapbooking as usual. So I was a bit delayed in doing a video, and then I thought I have many art journal videos ready to go, so I figured why not just put up an extra art journal? It's my channel, I can put up what I like, I guess. I just like to try and vary the content for different subscribers. I know not everyone loves art journaling, but I do, it's the thing I do most. I create some form of art every day. So with that in mind, I thought I would share with you just another art journal video today. So ever have a moment where you just want to play with a certain supply? I had been watching YouTube videos of the Distress Oxides, and I thought, I haven't played with mine nearly enough, so I thought I would create an art journal page using my Distress Oxides. So if you haven't seen much about the oxides, they are a pigment dye fusion. So they have all the perks of dye inks and the perks of pigmenting. So they're really cool to play with. And yeah, I just felt like just playing with them today. So they blend really well, which is fantastic. They blend beautifully. They look almost like they have a chalky feel, but they don't. But they do blend like a chalk ink would, as you can see. So they're blending together beautifully. I've decided to use, what am I using? Pistachio, peacock feathers, cracked pistachio, peacock feathers, and lucky clover. I did get Salty Ocean out, but I don't use it until a bit later on. Now, the cool thing about the oxides is when you add water. Now, we know that when you add water to Distress ink, it reacts with the water, obviously, and you can lift it off, things like that. But the Distress Oxide has an extra little feature. When you add water, it starts to oxidize, hence the oxide. So it sort of gets this white, milky texture about it. It's really cool. And it sort of just comes alive and gets really luminous. They're really cool to play with. So they do have different properties to normal Distress inks, but they do still have all those properties that we love about Distress, so the water reactive ones as well. So I'm just building my background at the moment. So I've got all my colors, and now I'm just adding lots and lots of water because I just really love that oxide look, and I love that water reactive part of Distress inks. So yeah, I do this a few times. I'll go back later on and add some more ink as well to really add to my background. So one of my favorite stamps I'm getting out now, and I just wanted to build some layers. So I get some white gesso. Now it doesn't stay crisp white because these inks do react with water. That also means wet media as well. So like any water reactive ink or mist would do, when you add something wet on top, including gesso, it's going to absorb the color underneath. So my white gesso isn't going to stay white. It's going to absorb some of those colors underneath, which I think is a really cool effect. As you can see, it's changed the color a little bit. So just adding some texture. I'm adding some more water now because I have these really big drops, but I wanted some really fine little drops as well. So I wanted to get some varying droplets in my background. I'm constantly working on my background, especially those water drops. So now I decided to add some stamps. Now I have a container of background stamps that just sits on my desk because we know if it sits on my desk, I'm much more likely to use it. And these are some of my favorites. These are the good old Kaiser Craft ones. They just make really great background stamps. So this is where I'm bringing in that Salty Ocean. It's a really vibrant blue. It's really, the oxide version of this is really bright. I was quite surprised with how bright it was, but it's a great color. So I got out a whole bunch of colors when I went to start this page, but then as always when I started doing the page, it sort of morphed into its own creation, and I stuck with these color tones that I had out. So now I'm working on a focal image. We know how much I love a focal image, and as always I didn't have anything in mind when I started this. I just wanted to play with Distress Oxides and try and get some blending happening, and then it just sort of took off from there. So I picked up one of my closest stamps that I had near me, and it just happened to be one of the Dina Wakley silhouettes. I love these silhouettes, I really do. And yeah, I just stamped that onto some plain copy paper. Gonna fussy cut that out, and then I'm gonna stick it down using gel matte medium. I always use gel matte medium in my art journal. And I have recently, well not recently, but I have discovered silicone brushes are the best way to do this. So I'm not wrecking any of my paintbrushes, and I don't have to go inside and clean it. All I have to do is wipe it with a wet one. So I really do love silicone brushes. I think they're excellent. They're an excellent tool to have for mixed media, especially if you use gel medium a lot. And then I'm just going to add a quote. Now this person to me always looks like they're dancing, so good old dance like no one's watching, and that's going to be it for my layout. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you don't mind that it's an extra art journal video this week. So I'll be back real soon with a new video. Bye for now.